got a little joke for you.
Okay, it better be funny or I'm gonna quit.
Oh, okay. Why was the 4-year-old anti-vax kid crying?
Because he had a banana Laffy Taffy.
I mean, that would be one reason, but no, he was going through a midlife crisis.
That's a rough one. Poor kid.
Sucks to suck. How you doing, man?
You know, just doing my life, doing it the best I can.
Nice.
I'm on vacation this week, so I'm just kind of chilling.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice. I figured you had the day off. I saw you were streaming earlier today, weren't you?
Yep. Played some truck game.
Oh, nice.
It's fun.
Did you get it impounded?
No, I did not.
All right.
I did get into one accident because I pressed the gas instead of the brake by mistake and got T-boned, but it wasn't bad.
Okay. Now, do you have like pedals?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So I can just kind of confuse them.
It happens.
Luckily, the game is pretty the game is pretty lenient with accidents. You know, you never actually take damage that requires you to like that like totals your vehicle. And when you get in an accident, you don't gotta like wait for the police to arrive so you can get a report and like talk to your insurance or whatever. The other driver usually just backs up and then you keep going and like you take some damage, and if you take too much damage, you lose money on the job. But that's the main consequence.
You can't get arrested.
No.
Oh, damn.
Not that I know of, at least. I've never been arrested. You can get tickets and stuff.
You should try to get arrested. Just run from the cops.
The game is really goofy about how it handles getting certain tickets. Like you can get a speeding ticket like you can in real life.
Yeah.
But like this happened to me today on stream. Like you'll be going 70 down a road, and then the speed limit will switch to 45. So you slow down to 45, and then the speed limit will switch again to 25, like 10 feet later. So while you're still slowing down to 45, it's now gone to 25, and immediately you'll get a speed ticket.
Oh, immediately.
Come on. And I'm sitting here like I'm driving a semi with 3 trailers attached to the back. Have you ever seen a train try to stop?
Right.
It takes a while. It takes a while to slow down. You can't just immediately be slowed down.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. So I don't know if you've heard any of these, but there's like a radio campaign about like making sure you watch for trains because trains can't stop. Like, I get that's important. That's something we should all do. But is that much of a problem that there needs to be like a national like radio campaign?
I don't know. I've seen people like try to drive underneath those bars that close down.
Yeah.
As they're closing, and then they get stopped by them, and then they get hit by a train. So people are dumb enough to do that. They're dumb enough to not stop when there aren't bars.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just don't. It's not really something you hear about, like regularly people getting hit by.
I can't imagine trains. It happens regularly, but people, you know, that's kind of a big accident. I imagine the few times it does it does happen. Someone usually dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, getting hit by a train is kind of a lot of force.
Yeah,
you're stuck in a big metal box.
Yeah, you're not making it out of that.
Mm-mm.
No, I think best case scenario, you like hop out of your car and just let your car get annihilated.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's better than you getting smashed. So win-win.
Yeah.
Well, win-loss.
Definitely a loss there.
Yeah.
Kind of going to lose a car, lose a bunch of insurance. Your insurance going to go way up.
Yeah.
Who knows whatever fees you have to deal with for damaging the train.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't exactly know how train companies deal with that kind of thing. Obviously, the train is still functional, but if it takes dents, do you have to pay for that? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Does your insurance?
Do they care?
Does your insurance cover that?
Who knows?
Huh.
I'll have to go get hit by a train just to test it out.
Yeah, maybe. Done anything fun lately? On your vacation?
Just been streaming.
Just streaming?
Streaming and creaming.
Of course. So over the weekend, I went to go visit my dad, and I went because my cousin had a birthday party for her 2-year-old son, and it was It was fine. It was a good time. It was nice, like, seeing family and stuff. But the whole time I couldn't help but think of that scene from The Office where it's like Oscar's talking head and he's like, it's like a little kid's birthday party. He's like, there's not really anything for you to do there, but the kid's having a really good time. So you stay. That just kept going through my head the whole time.
Kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Beat them up. Beat your children. It'd be funny.
Yeah. Beating kids. We've talked about beating kids a lot. Usually beating them up, not specifically like abusing them. Just,
I think it's kind of funny either way.
Yeah.
Ken and Amy, you're listening. Just got to start them young.
Yeah. Just give Zach a thwack. Sometimes that little kid deserves it.
They all do. How are they going to learn? Yeah. You want to know all these TikTok kids are misbehaving? There's a TikTok TikTok what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? A trend right now of kids stealing shit out of their schools, right?
I did not know that. I am not on TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok either. I've just seen the memes about it. But like,
okay,
there's a whole fucking trend about kids stealing shit out of schools. That wouldn't happen if every time they did it, they got their ass whooped by a ruler,
right? Yeah.
I think we need to go back.
Yeah.
We don't need to go back to the time of the Romans where you drown your kids or and we don't need to,
some of them, and
we don't need to go the Chinese route and start killing kids if they can't take on the family name. But
yeah, it's funny that you brought that up with Ken and Amy, because Ken's whole thing was, if you don't teach them, they won't learn.
Exactly. How is he going to learn if you don't beat the shit out of him?
For reference, that was Ken talking about either customers or our coworkers just not doing things the way he thought they should. If you don't teach them, they won't learn.
They'll keep doing it wrong.
Yeah. It happens.
So should we talk about it?
Let's do it.
So, little news update for everybody. Your boy Mack is moving to Oregon.
Yes, you are.
I got a job in Oregon, and I'm going to be moving towards the end of the month. Mike and I talked about what the future of the podcast is, because obviously that's going to be the first question on everybody's mind.
Right.
And we decided we're going to try to keep it going.
Yep.
We talked early on about, we do the podcast face to face right now because we were worried that not face to face wouldn't have the same energy. And there is the chance that that'll be true.
It might be.
But we both like doing the podcast, and people
it's fun.
Like listening to the podcast. So we figure we can at least give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But, we're going to try. We're going to try to keep it going. So rest assured, eventually we're going to switch to doing it not face to face. And we'll let you know when that episode comes. But yeah. But to talk about the whole Oregon move thing.
Yeah.
I spoke to you last week about how difficult it is to find a place to live out there right now.
Yeah. And
in general.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, just in general, like even just somewhere else in town or locally can be hard enough, but I can't imagine like cross country.
It's very difficult, especially because like I'm moving to Eugene, Oregon, which is it's also a college town like where we live now.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that all the students just moved in and there's not a lot available.
Yeah.
So not a great time to try to move, but I've been calling everything available multiple times a week and I'm not getting anything. I'm looking at places to live temporarily. Like just looking to like live with some other people who are looking for a roommate for like a couple months, or stay in a sublet, or stay at an Airbnb for a couple months until I can find something more permanent. Like I'm trying to figure it out. And going on Craigslist pretty regularly, and made a Craigslist post saying like, hey, I'm looking for somewhere to live. Contact me, I guess.
Yeah. And
I got a response today.
Oh, okay.
And there was this whole ordeal on stream of me dealing with this. And I'll say the first message this person sent me, I was suspicious because it was very broken English. And
Okay.
you know, my first thought was like, you know, in any other situation, I probably wouldn't respond to this at all. But I'm pretty desperate here. So maybe, you know, they're just someone who doesn't have a great grasp of the language.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It might not be a scam. So let me read this first text for you. Hello, Mac. How are you doing today? Is this Michael texting you regarding my property you want to rent in Eugene? All one sentence.
Okay.
I would like you not that my property is still available for rent and ready and moving ASAP.
Yikes.
Kindly get back to me if you still need a place to rent. Thanks, with a prayer emoji.
Okay. I mean, that last sentence wasn't as horrible as
The previous two. If I didn't know why he was contacting me, I might not be sure what he's trying to say.
Right. Oh.
So I asked, like, you know, immediately I'm trying to verify if this is even a legit offer. So I ask, what's the address? What's the rent? And do they allow cats?
Okay.
Those are all important to me.
Yeah, all fair questions.
So he says, thanks so much for getting back to me. I will forward you more beautiful pictures of my property and the house address. Also, how soon are you planning to move and how many people will be living in the property with you? So he didn't answer any of my questions.
No.
He then asks if I have a pet, which should be pretty obvious that I do. So I say I do. Sends me some pictures of the place. You know, it's kind of run. It's not the best, but they're not terrible. And I'll show you the pictures. Like, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it looks fine.
surprisingly, like the property is a house rather than like an apartment.
Oh, that would be dope.
So it's possibly like renting a house. I don't want to rent a house. I don't want to deal with the yard work. But again, I'm desperate.
Do you have to do that if you rent a house?
I think it depends on the landlord.
Okay. Yeah.
So I ask again, what's the address and how many bedrooms is it? He says it's a 2-bedroom house. Still no answer on the address.
Okay.
A few hours go by and he says, hello, are you there? And I go, I'm waiting for that address.
Right.
So he sends it. I look it up. Look at like the street view. It is the place that he sent me pictures of.
Okay.
I found like some listings on like Zillow and all that, like trying to estimate like the house's worth and all that. You know, it's not up for rent anywhere else, but I did find one listing which had all the pictures that he sent me.
Okay.
But the listing had the pictures had a watermark for like the property management company.
Okay.
The pictures that he sent me don't have a watermark. So my thinking was like, okay, maybe he has the original photos and like therefore is actually owning this. So I ask, what's the rent? And he tells me $500 with utilities included. A 2-bedroom house.
This is for the entire house?
The entire house. A 2-bedroom house for $500 a month, utilities included.
That's literally like nothing.
It's legitimately unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I've got a very clear idea of what rent looks like in Eugene right now. I've been looking at everything available. You can't find a studio for $500 a month.
Yeah.
And this guy's trying to rent me a 2-bedroom house for $500 a month.
Okay.
So he asked if I liked the pictures that he sent me as well. And I said, so I do like the pictures, but that rent cost seems way too good to be true. Do you have a website or something so I could verify this is a legitimate offer? I'm like at this point fully thinking this is a scam, but I just want to see how he counters with that.
Yeah.
And this is what he sends me. Really? By the way, I'm not totally sure what he's trying to say here, by the way.
Okay.
He says, by the way, I would like you to note that we are not after the rent, okay? All we need is someone who's clear and responsible that can take very good care of the property. And I'm sure that if I ask you to pay $1,200, you will say the rent is too much.
Interesting.
So immediately, I don't really know what the fuck he's trying to say there. I think he's trying to say, I'm just looking for someone to watch out for the property. And it's like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And the thing he said, the $1,200 a month, I would think that's a more legitimate offer than what he sent. Like the $500 is way too low.
Yeah.
Way too low. And so, you know, he doesn't offer a website or anything, any proof that this is real. So I just sent Mac laughing my ass off, bro. You can't even find a studio apartment for $500 a month in Eugene. This sounds like a scam. You got to verify this for me somehow. No response.
Oh.
Can't get one past me, boys. I'm too smart.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh.
I can't even believe it. Like he could have said $750 a month and it would have been hard to believe. He could have said $1,000 a month and I would have said, oh, that's a really good deal.
Right.
He could have said $1,200 a month and I would have said that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he went for fucking $500 a month. How stupid do you think I am?
With utilities included.
Utilities included. How dumb do you think I am?
Oh, God. Yeah, because, I mean, utilities on a house
Are way more than an apartment.
Right. Oh, gosh.
It's so absurd. It's so absurd. So, unfortunately, I still don't have any more to live. But I didn't send $500 to some random person who was trying to scam me. So.
Is he also a Nigerian prince?
He didn't mention.
Oh, okay.
But God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That you said you found that on Craigslist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they contacted me through Craigslist. Like I posted that I was looking for something.
Okay.
And obviously that's prime time for scammers. So obviously I'm gonna be careful with anybody who contacts me, but as soon as he sent me that broken English text message, I was already on edge.
Yeah. Oh. So, what do you think you're gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I wish I had a more clear idea myself. Oops. Maybe that's him. I just got a text.
Ooh, I hope it is.
It's not them.
Oh, damn it.
Luckily, like, something else I had to be concerned about was getting out of my current place because I have a lease agreement that goes until next July.
Right.
So, I sent them an email saying I wanted to move out, gave 30-day notice, told them I understood the termination fee. Like the termination terms is like you give 30-day notice, you pay rent through that period, and then you pay an additional fee, which is equal to 2 times a single month rent.
Oof.
So we're talking close to $2,000 just for that fee to get out of my apartment.
Yeah.
But they do allow you to find someone to take over your lease. So I posted on Craigslist again. I'm looking for someone to take over my lease. And luckily, like rents have gone up around here as well. My rent on my current lease, it's much lower than like what they're charging for someone moving into this place new.
Right.
So within a couple hours, I had someone asking me if this was still available. They came to see it yesterday.
Nice.
We're arranging to have them take it over today.
Nice.
So luckily, I'm having a very hard time finding somewhere to live, but I found someone to take this place over for me. And that means I just saved myself almost $2,000. So that's great. What are you looking at?
I don't know. There's a person.
Are they having a picnic in my backyard?
I don't know. There's a person outside of your apartment and they were like, whatever that purple nylon bag looking thing is, they were like swirling it around, trying to like fill it with air. It was very strange.
Well, we got an audience for the podcast.
Yeah.
Should open the window and listen.
Listen to them as we commentate them having a picnic outside.
I was going to say we just bring up the volume so they can listen to the podcast. They need some entertainment while they're down there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man, that's great.
Yeah.
Just enjoying a little picky.
So yeah, that's it's the move is a bit stressful. Still trying to figure out all the details, but at least I'm getting out of this place fine. Probably like my options for actually moving all my stuff there. At this point, I've narrowed it down to 2 options. I looked at movers. I looked at pallet shipping, which I talked to you about last week.
Yeah.
The pallet shipping was like $2,000 was my quote estimate. For the moving companies was like $4,000 at a minimum. So I decided those probably weren't going to be it. So my options now, I have 2 options. Either I sell everything in terms of my furniture and big stuff and virtually everything else that I own, just get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
And just ship whatever remains and take whatever else I can in my car and just drive there and just, pick it, get it all shipped there, which is a fine option.
Yeah.
I could also ask my dad to drive a U-Haul across the country because he used to drive trucks for a living. So I would trust him very much to do that, but it's a lot to ask. I have not yet told my parents that I'm moving to Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Because, and this makes sense. This makes perfect sense. I want to have like all the questions answered before I call my mom.
Like where you're going to live.
Right. Because I know as soon as I call my mom, she's going to want to know how I'm moving, where I'm moving, when I'm moving. She's going to want an answer to every possible question. If I called her the day that I got the job, it would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I want to have as many questions answered as possible before I tell them. And then at that point, I can talk to them about possibly helping me move.
Yeah.
So I don't yet know how I'm moving, nor do I know where I'm moving.
There is another option.
What's that?
you could keep practicing your truck driving game and really ramp up your truck driving skills, and you could drive the U-Haul.
I do not trust myself to drive a U-Haul cross country, even with all my truck simulator experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So end of October, you said?
Yep. I mean, effectively, the date keeps getting pushed back until I figure out like the living situation. But my lease here officially, my move out date is like the 27th. But with them taking over my lease, it now becomes like whenever we want to switcheroo. But my job, my new job in Oregon starts November 1st. So I definitely have to be there by then.
Oh man. Yeah.
It's stressful, man. I wish I could just find somewhere to live. I'm trying really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I'm checking every website, calling every possible place. I've dropped all my amenity requirements. All it requires is that it's like cat friendly. I'm looking at studios too. Like I do not want to live in a studio, but I'll live in a studio if I have to.
Yeah. I mean, even if you had to do that for like a year, then you
at least have somewhere to live, and then I can move out somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But like, fuck, man, there's nothing. There's nothing. But a lot of these people are saying like, oh, we do 30-day notice. If you call us at the end of the month, we might have something. So, we're getting to the end of the month now. I'm going to start calling them again.
Yeah.
If I have to like stay in a hotel for 2 weeks and then move in at the beginning of November, that's fine. At least I'll have somewhere to live.
Yeah.
I would like to avoid the scenario where I have to live sublet to sublet for the next several months.
Yeah.
But there is the distinct possibility that would happen.
Yeah. Cause you don't want to have to keep moving your stuff.
No, it's that's also part of not knowing how I'm moving. Like if I do manage to find somewhere to live definitively, I'd like to move some of my stuff, I would really like to be able to move my couch with me. I love my couch. It's super comfortable. It was really expensive.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep my couch. But if I don't have somewhere to definitively to live, my options are, okay, if I do get this U-Haul thing, I have to put all my stuff into storage. Maybe it'd be better just to get rid of all of it.
Yeah. It's a possibility. Those long moves, you got to think about stuff like that.
Yeah. So I feel like, if I had a definitive answer for where I was going to live, everything else could fall into place and we'd be good to go. The uncertainty of that is really making this whole thing so much more difficult.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. But like I mentioned before, I'm going to fucking make it work. This is an opportunity I've wanted for a very long time. It's a really good opportunity. I don't want to like brag about how much money I make or whatever that stupid shit. But like, when I applied for this job, I told them I don't know what the cost of living out there is. I think it's more than where we are now. Mm-hmm. So I asked for like a pay raise.
Yeah.
And she called me back when she offered me the job, and she said, I talked to our HR services, and they said that our cost of living is actually lower than where you are now, but we still want to offer you a pay raise. Like it was less than what I'd asked for, but it was still a pay raise. So now like I'm moving to a place that costs less to live in at a higher rate of pay. Like this is way too good of an opportunity to pass up.
Yeah.
Considering it's something that I've wanted for so long, Yeah. I got to make it work somehow.
Now,
it's got to happen.
Have you ever been out to Oregon?
No, I have not.
Okay. That brings up my next question. What has made you always want to move out there?
I actually, for the longest time I've wanted to live in California. I'm sure I've talked to you about that before. Oregon's more of a recent thing. I kind of had this thought, like, I don't necessarily want to live somewhere that it's super hot all the time.
Yeah.
The main reason I'm moving out of Michigan is because I don't like the sights and I don't like the cold. In fact, I really hate the cold. So, I did a lot of research on certain areas, like what their yearly weather looks like. And in Eugene, where I'm moving during the winters, it doesn't go below like 35.
Okay, right on.
I'd be happy to live in that. I just don't want any more fucking 15-degree days.
Yeah.
So that was a big motivator. Oregon is a beautiful, beautiful state. It is absolutely gorgeous from the pictures I've seen at the very least.
Yeah.
Eugene seems like a great town and it doesn't get too cold. Those are the main motivators.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. Actually, our boy Bradley asked me because I was talking to him about you moving out there. And he was like, "Oh, is Mack like? Did he visit there before? Or like, what's his reason for always wanting to do this?" And I was like, "That's a good question. I Didn't ask him that.
It's less of a always wanted to move to Oregon and always wanted to move out of Michigan.
Right on. I gotcha.
So, yeah, it's a big change, but I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think like I was really stressed out about it for the first couple weeks trying to figure all this stuff out, but I'm starting to kind of mellow out on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of just like accepting the reality that, yeah, this is kind of going to suck.
Yeah.
No matter how this plays out, part of it's going to suck. But like, you know, I'm thinking ahead to the day when I have moved into my permanent home and I get to just lie down on my couch and relax, not living in Michigan anymore. That's kind of the day I'm looking forward to right now.
I gotcha.
To kind of sustain me.
Yeah. Nice. Well, right on. Good for you, man.
Thanks, dog.
Yeah. I was listening to the last episode, and we were talking about Bradley like pointing out attractive guys and whatnot.
Yeah.
And our coworker Tim used to always do that.
Yeah.
He would go like full hard on for dudes. And I don't know, like you know Ken and I pretty well. Like we were never really like the like point out every attractive female that we see type.
Right. I don't think either of us are.
No. But one day apparently Tim decided he wanted to be like one of the bros.
Oh God, this story.
And so I think Ken and I were in the office, and Tim comes in and he's like, "Man, you guys got to come out here." And we're like, "Dude, what do you want?" And he's like, "Man, you got to see this chick." And we're like, "Really, Tim? Like, really?" We're like, "Okay, fine." So we go out to check out this attractive female that Tim is telling us is out there. She was straight up like 16, 15, 16. We're like, "Tim, come on, bro." I mean,
we know you're gay, but you should be able to tell the difference between children and adults.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, from what I remember, like, he wasn't completely wrong. Like, she was an attractive person, but like to like a creepy level.
Yeah.
We're like, nah, that's not okay.
Can't be doing that, Tim.
Tim, wait a couple years, bro. But he tried.
Tim was uncomfortably open about sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing his schedule.
Well, yeah, like we'd know his schedule, but then like when I would start dating somebody, like the first question he would ask me was like how many times we'd had sex. And it's like, "Tim, I've been dating this person for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't really need to know that information.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim.
How does it benefit you to know that information?
Right. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Like, why was he interested in that?
I do not know. I do not know. He also had like a weirdly accurate sensor for that kind of thing.
Yeah, he did.
Because like there was a couple times where like I came into work and after talking to him for like no more than 5 minutes, he would like look at me like, you got some last night, didn't you? And I was like, how did you know that? How can you tell?
His sexdar was just like off the charts,
like very finely calibrated.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. Like, and you wouldn't even be talking about anything related to it, and he'd just be like, "You got some, didn't you?" You're like, what could have possibly tipped you off to that?
Yeah. Fucking Tim, love that dude, but Jesus,
oh man. Horny motherfucker.
Yeah. There was one time that I think it was Ken, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it was Chelsea. Pretty sure it was Ken. He cut himself and he like grabbed a paper towel to like stop the bleeding. And Tim was like, can I see that? And he like grabbed it and sniffed it. And then was like, you're B positive, aren't you? Or like whatever. Tried like guessing his blood type based on the scent. Fucking Tim.
Old vampire motherfucker.
Yeah. Insisting he's a vampire and a witch.
Update on the picnickers. They seem to have disappeared.
What?
Yeah, they're gone.
That was an incredibly short picnic.
Yeah, they weren't out there long.
No. It's a decent day outside. Like, it's not super cold.
I haven't been outside today.
I mean, I think it's like 70 and sunny. Like,
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. They spent so much time with that like setup. You'd think that they would have enjoyed it, but
maybe they can hear us through the window and they didn't like what they were hearing.
Yeah. Who knows? They probably didn't like us talking about them. But that's what you get.
You want to do a picnic outside the Breakroom Nachos recording studio?
Right?
We're going to talk about it, dumbass.
So I got to tell you about how my day went last Wednesday. You ever have those days where like nothing really like that's going to end the world happens, but just everything little just goes completely wrong.
Right. Yeah. You just can't catch a break.
Yeah. That's exactly how the day went. So like, first of all, it rained like all day.
Oh, it was raining a lot last week.
Yeah. And like, if I'm inside all day, that's fine. But like, you know, it starts out like it's early in the morning. Like for me, it was like super early. It was like, I don't know, like 6:30. You know, I got to take Lily outside and she decides she wants to like take forever to do her business. I didn't think it was raining as hard as it was. And so I'm like out there without a coat on, like just getting wet. And I had to be up early for work. I had like a reset kind of thing at one of my accounts. So I was there early and I was supposed to be there at 7, and they usually say these things are supposed to take like 1 to 2 hours. It definitely took like probably like 25 minutes.
Nice.
Which was awesome. Except at this point, it's like really too early to start the rest of my workday.
Yeah.
And it's too late for me to like go home and chill for a while.
So what'd you end up doing?
So I did end up going and grabbing some breakfast. So that was all right. But then like, I don't know. One of the things at my job that gets annoying is if a baler is like a cardboard baler is full.
Sure.
Because then I have to like break down any wine boxes that I had and like, you know, like stack them up nicely. And so like the first account I go into, someone's making a bale. And I'm like, fuck, that adds like another like 10 minutes. And then the next account I go to, it's just like full, like completely full. So same issue again. Again, not really the end of the world, just little annoyances. Then Target specifically, by the way, I do not enjoy Target employees. I'm sure some of them are great people.
I've never had problems with them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I interact with them like off of the sales floor.
Oh, yeah, that's a different vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I had a wine delivery that was there, and it wasn't super big. It was like 5 cases. So I grabbed like a U-boat cart kind of thing. And they get really anal about where you take them from. Like if they're on like the left side of the aisle or the right.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for that. Or we're the same where I work because every U-boat is assigned to a certain department. So I don't want anyone taking my U-boat if they're not putting bakery shit on it.
And I get that. And some of them have like little plastic sleeves where they have like a piece of paper like inserted in there. And I made sure to find one that did not have that. And I grab one and this lady's like, no, you can't take that one. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, we have to save those for unloading the truck.
When are you going to be unloading a truck? In the next 15 minutes?
Right? And I mean, there were like 20 of them lined up in a row. And she made me take one that was like across like the little aisleway. But at the same time, like, I'm taking my delivery that came in earlier off of the truck. Like, shouldn't you have loaded it onto one of these to begin with?
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
another inconvenience.
And I'll save the biggest inconvenience for last. The real final inconvenience for the day was I had to go to an account downtown and there was like no parking anywhere.
Of course.
Because, it's like street parking. So I had to circle the block like 3 times. But the biggest annoyance, and this taps into our retail customer thing. This was a customer interaction. So I'm in there. And again, it's been raining all day. So I wore my work jacket. It was pretty cold. And my jacket's reasonably water resistant. So, I'm going to wear it. It's raining all day. It's easier to just leave it on because I'm usually not in accounts all that long. So I'm in there and I kind of forget that I'm wearing it. And I happen to catch my sleeve on a bottle of wine.
Oh, no.
Which, like, 3 bottles fall. Thankfully, only one of them broke.
Oh, good.
Which, that's annoying, but it happens. Like, it doesn't happen that often. It's maybe only happened 3 or 4 times in, like, the year and a half that I've had this job.
That's surprising.
Knock on wood, yeah. But whatever. Like, that's the kind of thing that happens. So that was already annoying, but I'm like, oh, crap, I don't want to just like leave this here. Like, I need to get someone's attention, but I don't want to like just walk away and leave this mess. So an employee ends up coming up to me and she's like, all right, hang on, let me go get you some spill powder. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, like I'll clean it up. So she comes back with spill powder, which for those of you that don't know, it's a
magical item straight out of a fantasy book.
It really is. I need to get some of that shit just for like home.
Yeah. Like with new employees at World Market, like they like drop a bottle of wine, drop a bottle of beer, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, and you'd be like, oh, let me go get the spill powder. And they'd like look at it and they're like, and you'd grab a broom too.
Yeah. And
they'd give you this look like, well, what's that going to do? And I had some of them say like, well, that's not, you need like a mop or something. And I said, I'd just be like, trust me, bro. So spill powder, for anyone who doesn't know, it's this powder in a jug and you sprinkle it over something liquid and you don't even have to wait. You can immediately sweep it up into a dustpan.
Yeah.
It absorbs right away.
Yeah.
And it's completely dry once you're done. That stuff is magic.
Yeah. I don't remember what the brand is, but they use the same brand that we did, but they had like a big cardboard box full of it.
Oh, weird.
It was like a big cardboard box with a plastic bag inside of it. And they just had like a red Solo cup to like scoop it out.
Okay.
Which was
that's fine. It works.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So she says, okay, I'll go get you a broom and a dustpan. Awesome. So sprinkle the spill powder on it. And I'm waiting. And this is like, I have nothing left to do at this store. And I'm ready to go to my next account. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And probably like 10 or 15 minutes go by and I'm just like standing here and I see the same employee like off just like talking to someone at some point.
Okay.
Like just having like a social conversation. And I'm like, come on, like I want to be nice and clean this up. Like,
can you help me out here? I just need a broom, man.
Yeah. So finally another employee comes up and they're like, she's like, I'll go get you a broom and a dustpan. Sweet. Well, this whole time I'm like standing there and I'm trying to like, make sure like customers don't
step on it because it's broken glass and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm standing there and I've kind of got myself positioned in between the spill and like shelving so that it's even harder for someone to go through it. And I see this guy come up and he's like pushing a stroller and he's in sandals without socks on, which didn't actually have an effect, but definitely could have.
Right.
I see him look at it. So I don't say anything to him. I'm not like, oh, be careful, because he
looked at it.
He looked at it. He saw that it was there. He then proceeds to just push the stroller through it. And he starts like crunching on the broken glass.
Oh my God.
So he stops and looks at me and he's like, what's that?
Oh my God. You looked at it, bro. What do you think it is?
I go, be careful. There's broken glass. And he's like, what? What? You should have a sign there. And I go, I'm standing here to make sure no one goes through this.
I am the sign.
Yeah. I feel like he's one of those people that natural selection just needs to like take care of.
Right.
Who sees a pile of like white powder and decides walking through it like is the best course of action?
Even if there wasn't broken glass in it, like you're going to drag a bunch of that shit with you. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Who, if you see anything spilled anywhere, when is your first thought, I should walk through this? And there was plenty of room for him to walk around it. So it's not like that was even his only option.
No.
Because then I would have stopped him and directed him around it.
NPCs, man.
And he had no reason to walk through it. It's not like he was trying to like get to something like right next to it. Which even that would have been absurd, but it would have made a little bit of sense.
His AI just bugged out. And it just didn't calculate.
Yeah, and then of course, like some of the wet spill powder like sticks to the wheels of his of his stroller, and then it like
tracks it all around the damn store.
Yeah, so it makes it even harder for me to clean it up. Like I was just trying to be nice and like not leave that on the store employee since it was clearly my fault. But yeah, I thought you'd like that. That was like a typical,
very, very customer thing to do.
Yeah.
They do not pay attention to just little things.
No,
we had issues all the time in World Market. Like you'd see it all the fucking time. Like people hunched over their carts would just run into shit.
Yeah.
Constantly.
All the time.
And it's like, thank God you aren't driving right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the road next to you if it's this easy for you to run into shit.
Right. God. Yeah. Or like customers who like break shit and just don't say anything to anybody.
Oh my God. They're not going to charge you. Just fucking tell us.
Like I swear there's no place in the world that has a you break it, you buy it policy.
That doesn't maybe like an antique shop.
Yeah.
Or a pawn shop.
Or maybe this existed back in like the 1950s, but like,
nowadays everything's fucking mass produced anyway. We're not losing anything by losing one.
Yeah. Everything's mass produced.
Everything's upcharged like crazy.
Yeah, and everyone's so concerned about like their public image. Like no one would want to be like blasted on social media for like, oh, my kid broke a jar of pasta sauce and World Market made me pay for it. Like,
can you imagine if like we did have a policy like that and someone broke that like $1,300 Buddha statue you brought in?
That would be great. Actually, it wasn't the Buddha statue, but that I can't even think of what it was called, but like the big cabinet, the carved cabinet that we had.
Yeah, well, that thing fucking broke all the time.
Yeah, didn't someone run into that and like break off one of like the hand carved like details on it?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
The main reason people always acted like, the floor models would get scuffed up just from existing, but it's like, no, you want to know the reason why that dining table's legs are all scuffed up and covered in scratches? It's because you dumbasses keep running into it with your fucking cart.
Yeah. Or people just let their kids run wild and just beat the shit out of stuff.
Oh my God. The kids drive me crazy. We had this kid at my store the other day. It was like his mom was like basically not paying attention to him. And this kid was like opening up our bread case and like slapping the breads. And I was sitting here like, where the pandemic is still going on. Not only is this kid not wearing a mask, but he's fucking smacking my French rounds.
Just smacking some baguettes.
Can you get your kids' hands off my bread, please? Like, what the fuck?
God. Little fuckers.
Beat your kids. Then they won't do that.
Oh, man. Have you ever seen that show, Master of None with Aziz Ansari?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I would suggest watching it. It's pretty damn funny. But there's one episode where he's I think he's got to like watch his niece and nephew for like a few hours or something, and he has to run into like a grocery store or something, and if I remember correctly, his nephew like opens up the freezer case and starts like like rubbing his penis on the egg waffles.
What?
Yeah. It was pretty damn funny.
Good for him. More power to him.
Either doing that or just slapping a baguette. Did you get any new seasonal cakes at work?
We have a new pumpkin chai cake. Pumpkin butter chai cake. I haven't tried it yet. It doesn't really sound like it's for me.
Yeah. I don't
like pumpkin flavored things. I don't like pumpkin pie.
No, I don't either.
I don't get it. It's not a good flavor.
No.
Pumpkin chai or pumpkin lattes, not into those. I mean, I don't like coffee in general, but I wouldn't if I did.
Yeah, I mean, like if you gave me one, I wouldn't like spit it out, but I would never like choose to order anything pumpkin spice. Like,
right.
Just not a huge fan.
Not a pumpkin guy.
No.
I like pumpkin seeds. My mom makes
hell yeah.
Or my mom will like roast up the pumpkin seeds when we used to carve them. That's fucking great.
Yeah, pumpkin seeds are awesome. Pumpkin?
Not big on it. It doesn't feel like a food.
I agree.
Like it's this weird hollow thing that is like a very hard exterior. The inside is like this goopy, gutty mess. Like it doesn't seem like food.
Yeah. I remember I remember this so specifically. In first grade, we were carving pumpkins in class. And
a recipe for disaster. Bunch of first graders carving pumpkins.
Yeah, I'm sure we had like plastic knives, but that's not the point. But I know like one of the jobs I had was like scooping out the pumpkin guts.
Oh, it's the worst. I hate doing that.
And I don't like the smell of like the inside of a pumpkin.
Not me neither. Like it's kind of one of those smells at this point. Like I can kind of like it almost like in a nostalgic sense. Like I smell it and it's like, oh, it's October, but I really am not a fan of that smell.
Yeah. Like I can deal with it now as an adult, but as a kid, like it would literally make me gag. And while scooping out pumpkin guts, I had to like I had to like run to the garbage can. I threw up.
I was hoping you'd say you threw up into the pumpkin and just had to scoop it back out.
Oh gosh.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not the first time I've thrown up in a public place.
No.
This other time happened as an adult, and no, alcohol was not involved. I have a very hypersensitive gag reflex, and I was at the dentist. I was probably like, I don't know, like 24, 25. Like I was a full grown ass adult at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was getting the x-rays done where they have to put that like,
God, that thing is so fucking painful.
Yeah, that
Why is there not a better way to do that? It hurts so bad to put that fucking like T-shaped piece of plastic in your mouth.
Yeah.
It like cuts your gums and shit. It's horrible.
Yeah. And for me, anything that touches my tongue, like, nope, just done. I'm done for. And yeah, I was trying to get an x-ray, and yep, I just threw up all over that like that lead apron that they put on you when you get x-rays done.
Did you get an x-ray of your vomit?
I wish. But I mean, I guess thankfully that thing's like plastic, so
pretty easy to clean.
Yeah. But I felt really bad and super embarrassed.
Yeah. I have not thrown up. I don't remember how long. I don't remember the last time I threw up. I hated throwing up when I was a kid. I hated the feeling of it.
Yeah.
Because it's so awful, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, it's the worst.
Horrible acidic fluid coming out all of a sudden. It's awful.
Well, you know it's coming too.
Yeah. So like one year when I was like sick, I kept repeating in my head, like, I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to throw up.
Yeah.
And I guess I just mind over mattered it to the point where my body like forgot how to throw up.
Yeah, right on.
Because I have not thrown up since then. Not once. We're talking like not once in my adult life, not once in high school, not once in like middle school. I do not remember the last time I threw up.
Man,
it never happens.
You're like our old coworker, Jeff. He had a streak going for a really long time.
Oh, I think I remember this. It broke while I was working there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he sent me a text to let me know that the streak ended.
That's so upsetting.
Because I really wanted it to end.
You were rooting against him?
Yeah. Yeah, well, because he's like, in the time that I can remember, he's like, I've only thrown up 3 times. He's like, once was after I had a kitty cocktail at Charlie's Crab. He's like, when I was like 8 years old. And then I can't remember. I know there was some other time in there. And then he was like, yeah, like the day before or day after he started at World Market, he got sick. And then it had been like 8 or 10 years or something like that. And I kept telling him like, man, now that you have like, this is before he had his first child. I was like, man, you know, kids throw up all the time. And he's like, I know. He's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like, he's like, hearing someone vomit, seeing vomit. He's like, it all like starts to set me off. Yeah. And I was like, man, kids like throw up on the reg.
Yeah. they do it as sport.
Yeah, like they'll just be standing there like everything looking fine and just open their mouth and just
vomit. Yeah.
Like zero
hesitation, zero buildup.
Yeah, zero fucking warning. Like it just happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that the sound and sight of vomit used to bother me, but I think I've gotten over it. Mostly I don't remember what it feels like to vomit anymore. Like it's a completely foreign concept to me. And there are times when I'm sitting there like I wish I hadn't like gotten to this point where I never vomit. Because, you know, there are times where it's like it would like it's like sneezing, you know, sometimes you need it to like clear out the system.
Right.
And so sometimes I'll just be feeling really terrible. I'd be like, man, I really wish I could throw up right now, but I don't even know how.
Yeah. Like if you feel like you're going to throw up, it's so much better to just let yourself.
Just do it.
Just fucking do it. Because you like instantly feel like a million times better.
Right. Not that I would know or remember.
Right. It's kind of like when you get the frozen yogurt from Costco, and 25% of the time it gives you like explosive diarrhea.
I think, and we haven't talked about this on the podcast.
No, we haven't.
But I think you and I both know I don't consider that a negative.
I know you don't. And that's why I brought it up. Because you feel so much better after.
Yeah, that's true. That is my main defense. So obviously, no one should know this, and I will defend this till the day I die. I love diarrhea. I think it's great. I love having diarrhea. I think it's awesome. And everyone thinks I'm fucking weird for it, but it makes sense. It's it can sometimes be really painful.
Yep.
It can sometimes be super uncomfortable. Sometimes you're sitting there like clutching your stomach in pain. Sometimes your asshole is burning like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But you know what? It shoots out of you and you feel so good once it's done.
What? Yeah. Once it's done. Yeah.
The sense of relief is unmatched.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fucking sue me. I get excited when I have a diarrhea dump brewing in the Tum Tum. I sit there like, all right, here we go. This is awesome.
Here we go, boys. This is what we've been preparing ourselves for.
I like the experience. It's good. It's great. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Right. Which is exactly how I felt about the SpongeBob kids spinoff. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
So, send your complaints to gofuckyourself@gmail.com. I think diarrhea is awesome, and I'll defend that till the day I die.
Right on. I mean, I will say you kind of get that same feeling when you just have like a monster deuce that just completely clears you out.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't have to deal with like the pain and possibility of not being able to get to the bathroom in time.
I haven't had that happen.
I haven't had it happen, but I've had some close calls in my day. I think we all have.
I think the only close call I've had was that time I was walking on with Sean, which I definitely told that story on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it was when we were debating whether or not it needs to touch cloth to be considered shitting your pants.
Right. I think that's the distinction between shit and shart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to touch cloth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I'm honestly surprised that more people don't agree with me on this. Because it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with the feeling much better after. I don't quite look forward to it the way you do.
I don't know that I can explain why either. Look, I recognize that it's an unpleasant experience, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I got excited on when I knew I had a hot diarrhea brewing up.
Oh, you ever just like take a laxative just for the fun of it?
Haven't done that. No,
you should give that a shot.
Film a video, taking a laxative for fun.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, Mac, you really enjoy the frozen yogurt from Costco.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we haven't mentioned this either. So, yeah, Costco has frozen yogurt. It's not the best frozen yogurt in the world, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
You get the vanilla chocolate swirl. It's great. The only potential problem with Costco frozen yogurt is that at least in my experience, I'd say a good 1 in every 4 times that I have it, it causes severe diarrhea. I don't know why, but it do be doing that.
Yeah. Now I've only loved the Costco like food court cafe, whatever you want to call it.
$10 for a gigantic fucking pizza? Sign me up.
Yeah, or $1.50 for one of those massive hot dogs and a pop.
Yeah, boy.
Mac, that's gross, bro.
Get over it, baby boy.
All right.
Baby piss boy, when you gonna cry over there? Maybe shit your pants. Maybe shit and come.
Okay. But I've only had the frozen yogurt once, and I did not have explosive diarrhea afterward. So 1 out of the next 3 times that I have it, it's going to happen.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Unless that only happens to me. I don't know, but
I feel
it does happen.
I feel like if I make it through clean, no diarrhea puns. But if I make it through like the next 2 froyos without any sort of bowel issues, I feel like I need to just not chance it. And
yeah, you can't go again.
Yeah, no.
You're tempting fate.
Yeah, it's gonna happen that 4th time.
Frozen yogurt's so fucking good.
It is.
I don't know if I would. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna try to rank ice cream and frozen yogurt. I think they're just both really good. I don't like one more than the other. I definitely like
ice cream more.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think they're both fucking great.
Oh, frozen yogurt is fucking great. I just definitely would prefer ice cream.
I really like the smoothness of frozen yogurt.
Okay. Right on.
But yeah, like every time I'd stop at IKEA, get a frozen yogurt cone, Froyo and all those other frozen yogurt places, those are fucking great. I really like how those places like charge you based on weight. I think that's pretty sick.
Yeah, just whatever you feel like putting in it.
Yeah. I saw a video a while back of a lady like complaining that it was costing too much when she grabbed the small size, and she was like, you should be charging for a small, not a large. And the guy had to be there like, that's not how it works.
It's by weight, lady.
What don't you understand about that? I'm weighing it and showing you the weight. This is how much it weighs. This is how much you pay.
Right.
It's not based on the size of the cup.
Oh, yeah.
I also love how frozen yogurt places just let you put the weirdest shit on there.
Yeah, like fucking like marshmallows and a brownie and
nerds
and gummy worms.
Yeah.
And like peanut butter.
God, Culver's has some great frozen yogurt.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, no, they're like frozen custard, right?
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking of frozen custard.
Okay. You know, I've never
either. I was thinking of them because they also let you do weird toppings.
Okay. It's been so long since I've been to a Culver's. I don't even remember how it works.
Culver's is pretty good. I like their food. I think their chicken sandwiches are better than their straight up burgers.
I've heard their chicken's really good.
It is, but their real draw is definitely those concrete mixers.
Okay.
That's what they call them.
Okay. Is it like a McFlurry kind of thing?
Kinda. You can, I mean, they have like a bunch of like just flavors you can choose, but then you also, you can choose like vanilla or chocolate, and you can get like 2 toppings on it. And, you know, their toppings are pretty wild. You can get like cookies and cream, or you can get like, you know, Oreos, or you can get like Andy's Mints, or you can get like Nerds and gummy bears. Like they have all the weird stuff too.
Okay. Right on. Did you ever have those chocolate covered gummy bears that we would sell at World Market?
Yeah, I did not like them.
I didn't mind like the chocolate and fruit
combination. It was the texture.
Yeah.
It was the texture of like the hard chocolate outside and the soft gummy inside.
Yeah, because like the second you bite into it, all of the chocolate just like crumbles off of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't
great.
No. In theory, it should be okay. The flavor combination I like, just
right. There's a lot of like sweet things combined with chocolate that are really good. Like we had that those Ruby chocolate that we used to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were like a super fruity chocolate. They tasted awesome.
Was it like raspberry in it or something like that?
And there was like a few different things you like. There was like a grapefruit one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And like a passion fruit one. There was a few different ways it came.
I'm a super big fan of grapefruit.
Grapefruit's fucking great.
I fucking love grapefruit.
And then also a surprising flavor combination that worked for unexplainable reasons was like those Terry's chocolate oranges.
Yeah.
Chocolate and orange don't really seem like a flavor combo that should work, but it do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that come in like orange and chocolate. I was at the store yesterday, and the line to check out was just like super long. And so it was like snaked through like the cookie aisle, and I was looking at all like the Pepperidge Farm cookies, and they had like, you know, like Milanos and like mint Milanos. Then they had like orange and chocolate Milanos. It's apparently a thing.
Huh. Good on them.
Remember how many of those fucking chocolate oranges we would sell at Christmas?
Oh my God, they would fly. They were like a big holiday thing for some reason.
I know. And then people were like, oh my God, you guys have chocolate oranges? And it's like, bro, we sell them year round. Like,
right. We didn't used to though.
I'm pretty sure we did.
No, I'm pretty sure we started selling them all the time. Like one of the years that I was Gourmet Head.
I think we might have just been out of them for a while. Cause I'm like 99% sure we sold those like year round the entire time I worked there.
I don't know. Who knows?
Cause I remember like always thinking it was absurd that at Christmas people would just be like, oh my God, chocolate oranges. But bruh, they're there all the time.
People get really excited about their like holiday fixins, you know?
Yeah.
Like those after 8 mints. I've got some of those.
Hell yeah.
Like we carried those year round, but they would only sell out during the holidays.
Yeah.
And, or Nyokush, however it's pronounced, ginger snaps, Nyakers.
Yeah.
God, I mean, Jesus Christ, we would get literal pallets of those and they would sell through.
The ones in the tin, the thin ones. Yeah.
People fucking loved those tins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. God, what else did people lose their shit over?
Fucking mincemeat.
Oh my God. Yeah, that fucking mincemeat in the jar. Like everyone.
Yeah. Yep. Sell right through that shit.
All those old ladies coming in to buy their fucking jars of mincemeat. I mean, I know we've talked about Happy Hippos, but those I actually can defend. Those things are fucking great.
Right. People really liked the chocolate coins only when they were like only around the holidays. Like a lot of the Jewish holidays, they would love to get those, and then like the Christmas holidays too. They would only like specifically ask for those during the holidays.
Yeah.
We carried them year round, but people only wanted them during the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember how mad our Jewish customers would get when we ran out of like the Hanukkah specific coins and we just had like the generic chocolate coins?
I mean, I don't blame them, certainly.
I don't either, but
I think it was even worse like a couple years later when, you know, we just stopped doing a Hanukkah shop set at all.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad for that. It was like, yeah, this is like super douchey. We have half of, and like for context, we would literally have about half of the store dedicated to Christmas every year.
Absolutely.
And even when we had like a Hanukkah shop set, it would literally be like a single fixture.
Yeah.
Off to the side. And then they just stopped doing it entirely. So like we went from like, okay, you get 1/20th of the floor space as Christmas to you don't get floor space.
Yeah.
So I get like it's got to be really hard to find Hanukkah themed decorations and foods and stuff.
Yeah.
Because even we didn't really sell like much of it.
No, I remember that stuff would always end up going like 90% off. Like, because after the holidays, it would still be there.
Right.
So I get why we didn't carry that much. But yeah, I mean, it definitely decreased a lot in the time that I worked there. Like, I want to say when I started, it was like one bay of like a Lundia fixture. And then that got reduced to like
a single fixture.
Yeah.
To not existing.
Yeah.
Rough stuff.
Yeah.
Jewish community, we stan you.
Yeah.
We're with you, bros.
We're with you. Hell yeah. You do you. You like that. You like that menorah, girl.
Rosh Hashanah is a bit far past, but what the fuck? What am I saying? Happy Rosh Hashanah. I don't know if that's really like a...
Was that was recently, wasn't it?
It was like a month or two ago, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're an inclusive podcast.
100%, baby.
Unless they're those trash fuckers from Flint or those
incest rednecks from Ohio.
Yep, those are the ones.
Fuck them. Get out of here, stinkies. Have a good day.